Hello everyone, I'm back and let me show you what I've done. I have not only finished the mold, I actually have removed the mold from the part. So let's see, I put the mold back on the part initially to catch everyone up. I made a mold, splash mold of a single layer of fiberglass cloth gel coat, single layer of fiberglass mat, and took the two apart. Uh, there were some parts that I missed when I was putting the fiberglass mat down, so I had to go back in. They got broken when I took them off because gel coat has zero strength. And it was not only gel coat, but gel coat plus I brushed on some liquid resin with no mat across the whole thing, hoping that the thickness of the resin would give it enough strength that it wouldn't crack. Well, found out that doesn't work. It's got to have something. It's either got to be a lot thicker, or it's got to have more. It's got to have some fiberglass material in there, like cloth or mat. Anyway, so I went back in and patched the areas that were damaged. Either it damaged the fiberglass only. Of course, it damaged the gel coat, but minor. Some places the gel coat actually chipped out, so I went ahead and put gel coat back in, and then put the fiberglass resin, fiberglass cloth mat on top of it. So I fixed the mold. So the gel coat that you see there, that's a place there where there was a crack, again, where I forgot. So I did use the release, the 1153, here it is. This was a test of this as well. That's all I put on it. That stuff's $40 a quart. It's well worth it. It made removing this unbelievably easy. So it took me a dozen wedges, and the pieces of wood there were only to hold once. I was working on this by myself, so I needed something to hold what I'd already gotten released. So I just used those as a spacers. And then I used my trimming tool, multi-tool, to cut places that I knew were going to be mold bound. I purposely made this thing flexible, you can see, because I knew that I was going to remove it this way. If in the future I did decide to use this as a real mold, of course I would add some supports and another couple layers, but for what I want, this is exactly what I need. All right, let's see. You can see it's not perfect, but it's not bad. Again, it meets my purpose. All of the mold purists are gonna sit here and critique it to pieces. Don't care. All right, so what I need to do next is I need to make a front nose piece that I can deliver to Duntoff so that they have it for my car, so they can't say I'm the one holding up progress. They just need the actual nose. I'm going to go ahead and give them, I think I'm going to go ahead and go all the way to where the front hood line is, just go straight across here. And so I'll do this front area. So I've got to clean up this mold, put the release in there. I think I'm going to use gel coat for this because theoretically they need this front end just like it is. They were supposed to graft one of these on here 9 months ago, so I'm going to deliver it to them. They wanted $1,000 for this front nose piece. In hindsight, that was probably not a bad deal. In fact, all of this, if I was just going to make one car, doing all this wasn't worth it. It would have been better to have paid the $10,000 for all of these pieces, hacked up $10,000 worth of pieces just to piece them together and make one car. But I knew I was going to end up making more than one car and more than one version of the car. Now, the thing is that this mold as it sits is virtually useless to me because I'm not going to build a C2 replica on a C2 donor car. I'm either going to do it on a C6, C7, or C8. So this is going to require modifications. I will make an entire copy of this only because I want to put it on a C6 and see how close it is to fitting. It might not need a whole lot of modifications to fit on a C6, I don't know. I won't know until I get a C6 with no body on it, which isn't here. It's 3.5 hours away, and I've got more important things to do. The C6 is a future project, or might not be, depending on what how everything else goes. Anyway, so there you go. I've got my mold. I'm ready to start making body panels, or at least partial body panels. I'm busy today. I have to go do some design work that is critical. We have to design the frame for the Delahaye, and the deadline is today to get the design completed. So the entire day is dedicated to that. Tomorrow I will come in here. Like I said, I will apply the release, put the gel coat on, and hopefully a couple layers of fiberglass mat. All right. What else? Oh, and because this release worked so well, I am going to go ahead and put it on the molds that I already have before I store them, and put the part in there. That way I should be assured that they won't have any negative reaction between each other. The part will protect the mold, and then the release compound will keep the two from ever doing anything to each other, hopefully. All right, so like, subscribe, hit the alert, donate if you want to, and if you don't like what I'm doing, you don't know jack. Bye.